Hello everyone, this is HammerTron here with a new action figure review for you. This time I am reviewing the Halo action figure UNSC Marine with Commando Rifle. This came out in late 2020 and I bought it in the store at that time. So here is the front of the package, a nice window package where we can see the action figure, the accessory, action figure stand, and a card in the back. And I enjoy the window packages, so I know what I'm getting before I get it. And here is the top of the package. Here is the bottom with manufacturing information there. Here is one side of the package. Here is the other side of the package. Here's the back. And what's unusual is there's no cross-sell showing the other action figures that are part of this Series 1. So, in just a moment I will open this up and review the action figure itself. Here is the UNSC Marine, and here are the accessories. Here's a card for the Xbox Halo Infinity game. I don't play it, so I'm not going to be using the code on this card, but it looks nice. And here is the action figure stand. There are two pegs for the action figure, and then it looks like it can connect to other action figure stands from this line. So nicely textured. There's the bottom. So looks nice. Here is the Commando Rifle. Looks like it's nicely sculpted. No painting that I can tell. And there's a peg here. And there's the grip, the gun grip, and it's a pliable plastic, so we want to be careful with it, but it does look nice. So let's take a look at the action figure. This action figure is 4 inches tall, or 10 centimeters tall, so it's about 1/18 scale, maybe a little bit bigger than that. So it looks like a nicely detailed action figure. I like the helmet. The visor seems to be a bit shiny. Lots of little details, armored bits all over the place. And an extra, looks like knife that's glued onto the torso here. So it's a bit pliable, but we can't remove it. And it looks like there's a pistol on the hip here. That's also a little bit pliable, and it cannot be removed. Lots of little details all over. So I like the attention to detail in such a small action figure. And there are the feet. The peg holes are in the heel. Lots of details on the back. So, looks very nice. I like all the extra detail there. Just adds to the enjoyment of looking at the action figure. So let's take a look at the articulation. Here we can look up quite a bit and look down quite a bit and turn side to side and some head tilting. Very nice. Look at the shoulders. You can go up that much. It's blocked by the armor pieces. And we can go all the way around. We have single jointed elbows that bend at less than 90 degrees. And then we have a swivel at the elbow. There we go. And then the wrists can turn. A bit stiff, but they do turn. So I have not noticed any hinges, so maybe on a small action figure there are no hinges. There's a diaphragm cut where we can not really do much. Just a tiny bit of wiggling. So not very much at all. And then I don't think there's a waist cut. If there is, it's just not turning for me at all. I can't get anything to turn. Then we can do the splits. Only that much, not very much. You can kick forward. Not too bad. Kick back a little bit. Kick forward and back just a little bit. We have upper thigh cuts here. So it's nice how some of this armor goes above where the joint is, so it's hiding the upper thigh cut, but it is there. Same thing on this side. So it looks nice. Then we have double jointed knees. Looks a little weird, but it does bend. This side is a lot stiffer, but it will bend. There we go. So that's pretty nice. And then we want to straighten it out. There we go. So there are no boot cuts on this. The ankles go down that much. They go up that much, and we have ankle pivot. So a lot of articulation for such a small action figure. I'm kind of happy about that. Now there are some problems. That I think only this leg, the right leg, the peg hole is the only one that works. So that looks good there. That'll work. The other peg hole in the other leg is not big enough. It's not going to fit. So that's a little unfortunate. And another problem, if we look at the hands, there's not very much space in the hand. So it's very, very difficult to get this rifle in there. I think he's supposed to hold it here, but I have not been able to get it into the hand. If I keep pushing, I think I will break the thumb. I don't want to break the thumb on either side. So it would be nice if the grip was open, then I could just slide it in, but I can't do that. We have to kind of get the hand in there in order to have him hold it. And it takes a lot of work to get that thumb maneuvered, and the more I push or pull on it, I think I'm going to break it. So I've given up on that for now. But we can still put the rifle in the back in the peg hole there. So we just want to push carefully, and it fits in very nicely. So I wonder if it's just this one with the problem with the thumbs, or if they're all like that. It'd be nice to have a few of these, and then have some of them holding the rifle and others can carry it on the back. But other than holding the weapon, seems like everything else is working pretty nicely for me. Here's the Halo UNSC Marine next to a pair of 4-inch action figures. On the right is an adventurer from an Animal Planet set I reviewed a while ago. And on the left is the Fortnite Jonesy action figure by Jazwares. And it seems like this Marine is a bit small. So I think it's supposed to be a normal-sized human being wearing a suit of armor. So I would think the suit of armor would make him larger and bulkier compared to other normal-sized people. So I think this is a bit small to be used with these other action figures, unless it's just an unusually small person. Here's the Halo UNSC Marine next to some 6-inch action figures. On the right is the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin White Ranger by Hasbro. Then it's Marvel Legends Mr. Fantastic by Hasbro. And on the left is the Fortnite Legendary Series Havoc action figure by Jazwares. And this Marine could possibly be used as a small robot interacting with these other 6-inch action figures in 1/12 scale. So that might work. Here's the Halo UNSC Marine action figure next to a pair of 7-inch action figures. On the right is the Masters of the Universe Masterverse He-Man action figure by Mattel. And on the left is the DC Multiverse Green Lantern Kyle Rayner action figure by McFarlane Toys. And I think the Marine could go well with the He-Man action figure if we create a diorama where the He-Man action figure is supposed to be a giant. So Marine wearing a technological suit of armor battling a giant might make an interesting diorama. Here's the Halo UNSC Marine next to the only other action figure I have reviewed from Series 1, and that is the pilot. And what I like about the Marine is that the arms can be bent further in, so it looks like the arms are going straight up and down. So I like that. The pilot's arms are kind of splayed out a bit more. But the disappointing thing is it looks like the pilot might even be a little bit bigger than the Marine, which is surprising. I still think the Marine is supposed to be a normal-sized person wearing a suit of armor, which would make him bigger and bulkier. But I have not played the game, so I don't really know if that's true. Now let's take a look at the action figure stands. So it looks like they are identical, and the way they fit together is we have to bring them in at an angle and slide them up together like that to make them work. So we can put them together in any way we want. Slide it together and they'll stay together. So we just have to line up the pegs. Make the pegs line up so we can have them facing towards each other or away from each other. And then we can put them on their stands. Now only one foot on each action figure seems to be working pretty well with the pegs, but that is enough. And we'll put them together, and that looks pretty nice. The HammerTron Sledgehammer rating for the UNSC Marine with Commando Rifle is not very good. Although I'm pleased that the joints seem to be working fairly well, except for the possibility of the waist joint not working at all. But the other joints are working. They're a bit stiff, but they do work. So I'm happy about that. And I think it looks cool. However, I'm a little disappointed that it seems to be a bit smaller compared to other action figures, which from other lines that's okay, because they're not at the same scale, but I'm surprised that it seems to be a bit smaller than the pilot, which looks like an ordinary human wearing military outfit. So that's a bit disappointing. The most disappointing part, however, is that the rifle does not fit into the hands. I have tried a little bit, but I'm afraid I'm going to break the thumb or something. So I don't want to keep pushing. I'll try again later to see if I can get it to work, but I think that's too much effort for something that should just fit in right away, because that's the whole point of the action figure. They have to look cool and they have to hold their weapons and accessories. At least it fits on the back. So thank you for watching my review video. Remember to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with my future reviews. I'll see you next time. Bye everyone.